Hi, I'm Donna Williams, Chairwoman of the Wake County Republican Party, and sitting with me today is Judge John Tyson. And I appreciate you coming in today to talk with me and to talk to our listeners.
Thank you, Donna, for having me come in today. It's a real pleasure.
You are so welcome.
Thank you.
So you are on the ballot for Court of Appeals, seat 10.
Yes, I'm running for re-election,
Re-election.
to the seat that I currently hold. I was elected in 2014 to 8-year terms, and so I am seeking to be re-elected to my seat.
Excellent. And let's start with, if you would just tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I've been on the bench. I was first on the bench in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
I was elected to Court of Appeals in 2000. I'm from Cumberland County. I've got my legal education at Campbell University School of Law. I was a member of the charter class. I've taught law at Campbell for the last 35 years.
Wow.
And so from Fayetteville, North Carolina originally. Did my undergraduate at UNC Wilmington. I did a MBA at Duke, and then a master's in judicial process at the University of Virginia Law School. So I'm a product of public schools, and I just am raised on a farm down in Cumberland County.
And I know you have a large family.
Well, I do. I have my wife and I have 4 children, and my daughter has 4 children herself, so we are a big family, and my father and mother were each one of 9 children. So I have 52 first cousins.
Oh, that's wonderful. Family reunions must be fun at your house.
They're a lot of fun.
That is great. So I know you've served us as a judge for a long time. If you could go back in your mind, what brought you to that?
Before I came on the Court of Appeals, I served on the State Property Tax Commission, which is a trial court. Speaker Brubaker appointed me to that back in 1994. So that's a trial court of record. I've chaired the Planning Commission down in Cumberland County. I chaired the Soil and Water Board that I was elected to in 1992. So I felt that my background and my skill sets to research and write. I published my first law review article in 1979. It was cited twice by our Supreme Court. So my skill sets as an English teacher and English major is really research and writing and communication.
Well, and you've served our state well.
Thank you.
And we are very, very grateful. If you would share with us, what is your judicial philosophy?
Well, you know, our government, both state and national, is composed of 3 distinct but separate and equal branches of government. And our system is designed where the people's elected representative to the Congress or the legislature are charged to make laws. The executive, the governor or the president, is charged to execute or put those laws into effect. And the court's role is much more limited. Our role is to interpret and apply the law. It is not to make the law. So as an English major, I believe words have specific meanings, and they're chosen for that specific meaning. There's an old phrase that a word is the skin of a living thought. So when you see the word blue, that doesn't mean red.
Right.
When you see yesterday, that doesn't mean tomorrow. So you've got to give those words in the Constitution and statute the meanings that were given to them when they were used, because they were chosen specifically to convey a certain thought. So am I a textualist? Yes. I look at the text of the Constitution and statute. Do I believe in the original meanings? Yes. The beauty of our system is we can change our Constitution or laws anytime we want. And so, but the courts are not the place to do it.
Correct.
That it should be done in the legislature and the Congress. So that kind of, and my judicial philosophy is consistent with the goals of the judicial branch, is to provide a fair, efficient means of adjudicating disputes and to protect the rights of those accused of crimes. I also believe that includes protecting the rights of victims of crimes too.
Agreed. I wish every judge thought the same as you do, and I'm sure our listeners feel the same way. So thank you for that
you.
very much. So going forward, when you are reelected, notice I don't say if, when you are reelected, is there anything additional that you want to do for the court system for North Carolina?
Well, my role, this is an 8-year term, and I have run for the Supreme Court before in 2004, and they have a role to do as the final court, the highest court.
Right.
But the Court of Appeals is the final court in probably 90% of the cases that come up.
Okay.
So we will adjudicate 1,500 cases a year.
Wow.
The Supreme Court will adjudicate 200. Wow. So most of the appeals in North Carolina, criminal, civil, and administrative, we are the last court that hears that case. So we get the right, we are appeal of right court, which means you have the right to appeal to the Court of Appeals from your criminal conviction, from your civil judgment, or from your administrative decision.
Okay. Is there a way that our listeners can find you online?
Well, yes, I have 4 accounts. My website is www.judgejohntyson.com. I have Judge John M. Tyson at Facebook. I have a LinkedIn account, Judge John M. Tyson, and I have a Twitter account at Judge John Tyson. So we maintain those and keep them current.
Good.
We try to post new information that when new cases come out or when there's some commentary on the cases opinions that I've written. So we keep all of those current with endorsements and events. I think I mentioned I just went to the bar exam today. And so we had some photographs. I'll be posting those later today.
That's great. Is there anything else that you would like to share with our listeners?
Well, I'm here to ask for your continued vote and your support. We're almost within 100 days of the election.
Yes.
And it's going to be on us before we know it. I wish I could meet each one of you individually and speak to you, but it's a big state. There's a sign down at Manio that says Murphy 642 miles. And so we're getting around the state. There are 6 races on the ballot, 4 for the Court of Appeals and 2 for the Supreme Court. There are some ballot slate cards that are out there. I know that you're going to meet the other Republican candidates, but we spent a lot of time together. I know them. I've served with Judge Stroud and Judge Dietz on my court. I taught Judge Stotting when he was in law school.
Oh, wow.
So we have a good slate of people. We have people that believe in the Constitution, that believe we don't make it up as we go.
That's right.
And I think the voters and the supporters, the conservative voters supporters, can have confidence that the nominees for November will do a good job.
Excellent. And I know that the voters, well, yes, you are all voters. The listeners agree with me when I say thank you for your past service and your present and your future, because we need good judges just like yourself. I thank you. So I will wrap this up with our listeners' quick request that you share this video. That is very, very important. Each of you knows a whole lot of people that Judge Tyson does not know. Yes. And so if you would please take this video, share it across the state to anyone that you know that lives in North Carolina, through email, through text messaging, through social media. Put it up on your Facebook page for them. People don't know unless they sit down and watch this short little video. So that would be very helpful. And I will say, there is underneath this lots of information on how you can reach Judge Tyson, how you can find him on social media, his website, and the same for the Wake County Republican Party. And so I really do thank you, Judge Tyson, for coming in today, and I thank the listeners for listening. Have a great one.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you very much.